Now, I said, today we are talking about victory. Now, victory is an important concept in warfare. As a matter of fact, you start every war, every conflict, based on the idea that you'll be victorious. So, what is victory? You don't start a war because you want to lose that war. You start that war because you want to be successful. So, victory is one of the most important concepts that defines a war. Now, as usual, you don't have any conception of what victory is. But I repeat again, every nation starts a war, every country starts a conflict because they want to be victorious. So at the end of the conflict, at the end of every major war, what you want to do is succeed. You are in LASU to graduate. You are never in LASU to fail. You came to LASU because you want to succeed. It is the same with warfare. You start a war because you want to succeed in that war. So your success is defined by that thing called victory. Now the question is, what is victory? What does it mean to be victorious? What does it mean for you to pass in a course? I hope you know pass is not fixed. There are those that want 1 point, which is a pass. There are those with 2 points, which is another pass. There are those with 3, which is also a pass. Then you have 4. Then you have 5. So what is your own definition of a pass? Now, the guy that had the best result in the department, 4.39 or so, he was not happy. To him, that result was a failure. While the person that had 1.0 was very happy. I asked that question. I said, what is your conception of victory? So the one that had 4.39 was not happy. He considered that stuff to be a failure. While the other one that had 1.0 was very happy that at last I'm a graduate. While you call party, you invite everybody, people in your village will know that you graduated with a third class out of the university. So we ask that question again, what exactly is victory? Can I continue? Now in warfare, it is not when you've destroyed your enemy that you've won that conflict. No, there are markers. When I've taken 1 town, when I've taken 2 towns, when I've taken 3 towns. No, you say that in your exams now. There are courses you just tell yourself, let my people go. 1 point. 1 point is victory. Why people are complaining about 1 point, you are angry that you had 4 points and not 5 points. I told you now, 5 points is victory. Success to you is for you to come to class. It does not matter whether you understand what the lecturer is saying. The point is your name is on attendance. That is your own definition of victory. Another person's definition of victory is that I can understand what the lecturer is saying. A third definition is I'm not going to be in class. I can't understand what the lecturer is saying as long as I get the notes. So victory is not fixed. It's what you define. So how do you now understand or explain victory in warfare? Now, for warfare, for military history, there are 4 conceptions of victory. For warfare or military history, there are 4 conceptions of victory. And of course, it's applicable to your lives as usual. Now, the first one is known as the end state concept. End state. Second one is known as the cost benefit. End state. End state. Second one is known as the cost benefit concept of victory. Cost benefit concept of victory. You are trying to kill a cockroach and you broke your window. Though you've succeeded in killing the cockroach eventually, but is it worth it? It's a cost benefit concept. Third, can I continue? Third, match fixing. Match fixing. Match football. Match fixing. Match fixing. Then finally, shared norms. Shared norms. 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 Shared norms. Or if you like, shared values. So you have a cost benefit. You have match fixing. You have end states. Then you had You have a shared norms. Now, those are the four concepts of victory. My own definition of victory is for me to come to class and see you and leave. That is my own. I don't know what your own definition is. What's your own definition of victory in this class? Achieving something. Now, yes, exactly. Now, based on what I just said, you can now understand what I meant. That you can't have just one definition of victory. It's the same way you can't have one definition of passing. So it can't be one. What you consider a good grades are different. You that you are struggling to have 5, my own is just have 1 and go. But my mind is it's only you that knows what you want to do with 5. 5 points start from 70. 5 points start from 70. You are greedy, you want 90. Me, I'm only interested in 70. It's only you and your destiny that knows why you want 90. Because 5 points start from 70. Can I continue? So, match fixing, end state. The end state is easier for you to understand. Then you have a shared value or norms. Then you have cost benefit analysis of victory all over the world. Those are the only 4 ways as it is. I don't know what you've been told in your family. Don't come back if you didn't graduate with first class. I don't know if that's what you've been told in your family. It is you that you now tell them that no, there are different levels of passing. That you are going with just pass from university does not mean you are a failure. Remember now, I'm not saying you are going to get top as it is. Yeah, everybody wants to be successful. But there are different definitions to success as it is. So everybody wants to be successful. So success is not based on just one yardstick. That is what victory is talking about. Russia will declare victory eventually in Ukraine, not based on the fact that they've destroyed all Ukrainians. It's going to be based on one of those 4. I'll repeat it again. Russia will declare victory over Ukraine based on one out of those 4, not on all the 4. Let me amuse you. America declared victory in Afghanistan when they left, but we knew that they failed. America declared victory in Afghanistan when, they ran out of Afghanistan after 18 years. And Americans said they were victorious. When they got back home, people clapped for them. They gave them the red carpet. But we now say, it's a failure. You ran. Taliban is still there. Taliban is still ruling. Over the American now said, no. We have different conception of victory. What is failure to you is success to us. Maybe, for example, my generation, nobody has actually ever gone to university. And I went to university, I didn't graduate, and you are complaining. I'm a success. I came. Nobody in that generation family had gone to university. So the mere fact that I even went to university is a victory. Can I continue? So let's go with the first one. End state analysis of victory. End state. That means, now listen, this is important. End state simply means you have preconceived notion about what your victory is before you start that project. End state simply means you have your goal already set before you start the project. You have your preconceived idea about what you are going to get at the end of that thing before you even start. I'm going to graduate with first class. That is your goal. So when you get the first class, that is the victory. I said, you have a preconceived idea. You already have a foreknowledge of what you are going to get at the end of your stay in LASU. I said, end state. You are leaving your house in the morning, you are coming to LASU. So when you are leaving your house in the morning, you know where you are going to, that is LASU. So if you stop at Yanoba, that means that is not victory. Because you didn't get to what you actually thought of before leaving your house. It's when you get to LASU that you now say, yes, I have achieved my objective. Sorry, an interesting, the rice that they serve at parties. No, you can communally cook that thing at home and enjoy it. But then when they didn't serve you, you get angry. Then after serving you, you say the rice is not even sweet. But if they didn't serve you that rice, why do people get angry over that rice at parties? No, now, because they left their house with the conceived notion that they must eat that rice when they get to the party. That is victory. So when they didn't get that rice, even if they are given the drinks, they won't be happy. They are not feeling fulfilled. They've not achieved their objective. End state simply means you have your preconceived notion. You know what you are going to get at the end of the day. Russia invaded Ukraine. Russia already had a preconceived notion. 2 months' time, I would have destroyed Ukraine. I would have taken over Ukraine. Can I continue? More than a year now, Russia is still there in Ukraine, had not taken over Ukraine. But Russia has been successful. But the definition of victory for Russia had not been achieved. You are not getting it. You came to last week, 100 level, 400 level, you want to graduate with first class. But you're not graduating in 400 level with second class upper. Remember, people will be happy. But you said no. What you had in mind in 100 level has not been achieved. So to you, you are a failure. But to others, you are a success. Is it making any sense at all? Let me take it again. When you are leaving your house this morning, you are not coming for the lecture to understand the lecturer. What you want to achieve is to put your name on the attendance sheet. You don't care whether the man is speaking good English, whether he's speaking Yoruba or Hausa now. The important thing is write my name, write my name, write my name. Once you've written your name, you leave the class. You've achieved your own objective. That is your victory. Your preconceived notion is not impartition of knowledge. Your preconceived notion is for your name to be on the attendance sheet. And that exactly is your own definition of victory. Now, Yoruba people, there is what they call Bogbomoya. Yeah, okay, they've changed it again. Bogbomo branch. You are not invited. But your definition of victory before leaving your house is, I must eat that day. You don't care whether it's burial, naming ceremony. It does not matter. Whether it's graduation, whether it's freedom, whatever. The important thing is you must eat that day. And students celebrate that thing. You just didn't hear them saying it. Most times when they have matriculation and the rest of something, you now see them posting under that tree. Potijera is Mary, different people, Mary. They've achieved their objective for coming to school. Now, the second one is what we call match fixing. No, sorry, cost-benefit analysis. Cost-benefit. Now, I said cost-benefit analysis. Now, the point is, after achieving your objective, now listen, after achieving your objective, you now do the calculation. The effort you put into that thing, was it worth it? There's what they call Pyrrhic victory. It's a Greek word. There's what they call Pyrrhic victory. You are trying to kill the mosquito on your newsreel now. You now use knife to cut your newsreel. You are trying to kill the mosquito now. You get a gun to shoot at that thing. You've killed the mosquito, but at what cost? Again, I'll repeat now. Pyrrhic victory. No, there was a case of a woman that I saw I think it was a viral video, that she was angry. I think one car brushed that. So in annoyance now, the woman kept hitting that other car. So when I now zoomed in, I now discovered that our own car is even more expensive than that other car. She achieved her aim. She destroyed the other man's car, but at what price? Can I continue? Put it this way. A lecturer fighting a student. The lecturer will beat the student black and blue, blue and yellow, and the rest of something. But at what price? Other students will video that thing. Exactly now. They'll put it on net. And of course now, the lecturer will forever lose his prestige, his respect in front of students. In fact, they will change his name to that lecturer that was beating student, fighting dirty with a student. He would have succeeded in beating the student to a pulp. But then, at what price? His own definition of victory is, I've beaten that student. I've beaten the student. But the question is, at what price? That you now have no respect among your students. They now carry you on YouTube. That this is what last lecturer did do. Or something. That's why we say victory, cost-benefit analysis. So is it worth it? That's what you do by the time you become graduates now. You now sit down and look at the 4 years. Was it worth it? You do it. When you are graduating with third class or pass, you sit down and look at your destiny. Was it worth it? Are you not better off being a barber, vulcanizer, bricklayer? Now remember the Israelis. Israel now, God's own people, they are in the Bible, they are nice people. Jehovah has been fighting for them. Now remember the Palestinians. October 7, Palestinians Hamas attacked Israel. No problem, clear cut. Now they killed 1,200 Israelis. Fine, bad people, wicked people, evil people. Then they kidnapped 250 people. No problem. I sympathize with Israel. Everybody sympathizes with the Israelis. Very clear cut. Then suddenly, Israel retaliated. And as till now, they've killed over 30,000 Palestinians for 1,200 people. Now, the world are now complaining that no, kilo day, cost benefit analysis. They killed 1,000. You've killed 30,000. Now, the world is turning against Israel. Point of correction. The world has turned against Israel. Ordinary South Africa took Israel to court. Ordinary South Africa. Ordinary South Africa took Israel to court. South Africa is not in the Bible. But they took Israel to court, and unbelievably, they won. And the world applauded. That is cost benefit. So you can be right and do something, and it turns out to be wrong. And lecturer has just been stressing. You just get up and like, what is wrong with people? Say, seriously. And you know, they will not forget that it is the lecturer that's been provoking you. All they will remember is that thing you said. That is cost benefit analysis. And that's why we tell you most times, weigh your actions. It's not everything you react to. Your reactions might cost you more than the initial thing that started that thing. That is what Israel is paying for. Morally, Israelis were right too. But the action based on the cost benefits is now not worth it. The whole world has turned against it. Even America, remember, an American soldier burnt himself in support of Palestinians. That's the highest. A white man burning himself for the Palestinians, the Muslims, the Arabs. That is cost benefit analysis. You know you have a problem when you insult a lecturer, the another student are fighting you. Even if you are right, once you do that and you now say no, then you now say it's not worth it. It would have been better for you to just allow that thing to go. It is the same thing that Russia is now doing. Russia invaded Ukraine. They were right. But then, with all the killings and the bombings now, the world has now turned against Russia. Everybody in the world, they've turned against Russia. So, in the cost-benefit analysis, even if the Russians win that war next year, they've lost based on the cost-benefit. The amount of goodwill that they've lost is not worth that stress. If you insult a lecturer now, everybody will clap for you. You've won. But the cost is not going to be funny because lecturer A will tell lecturer B and C and D. Lecturer that doesn't even know. Once they say, he did that, then they spread it. And that is why you don't insult lecturer. Even not in your tummy, in your mind. Don't insult lecturer. Always pray for them that it will be well with them and so on and so forth.